Hey everyone, welcome back to TCB for EAP, Echoes of Elvis. I'm your host, Jesse Mallory, and today we're diving into an important and deeply personal chapter of Elvis's life, the years from 1946 to 1953, seen through the lens of his family. This was a time of transition, hardship, and hope, the foundation that helped shape Elvis into the man and artist he would become. In 1946, the Presley family made a big move, from Tupelo, Mississippi, to Memphis, Tennessee. Elvis was just 11 years old. The move was driven by financial hardship and the hope of finding better opportunities. Vernon and Gladys Presley, Elvis's parents, were determined to create a better life for their only son. Fun anecdote I meant to mention in the last video. When Elvis was around 7 or 8 years old, he got his hands on his parents' official marriage license. And what did he do with it? He scribbled out his dad's name, Vernon Presley, and wrote in his own. That's right, Elvis literally married his mother on paper. To top it off, some versions of the story say he even filled in the name of a little girl from his class as his bride, turning it into a full-blown pretend wedding. It was innocent, of course, but it showed a lot. His deep bond with Gladys, his vivid imagination, and maybe even a little glimpse of the flair for drama that would make him the king later on. The Presleys settled into a small apartment in the Lauderdale Courts, a public housing complex in Memphis. Life was modest, and money was tight. Vernon worked odd jobs, while Gladys worked as a seamstress and housekeeper and did what she could to keep the family together. Despite the tough times, the bond between Elvis and his mother Gladys remained especially strong. She was protective, loving, and completely devoted to her son, a connection that would last throughout Elvis's life. Elvis was a shy and quiet child, but he stood out because of his politeness and deep attachment to music. The family's small radio introduced him to gospel, blues, and country, genres that surrounded them in Memphis. Sundays were often spent at the Assembly of God Church, where Elvis was mesmerized by the gospel choirs. By 1949, the Presleys had to leave Lauderdale Courts and move to a series of boarding houses and small rentals. Financial instability continued to plague them, but their closeness as a family remained strong. Gladys continued to support Elvis's love for music, even when others teased him for carrying his guitar to school. Vernon, more practical and sometimes skeptical of Elvis's dreams, still did what he could to support the family. During these years, Elvis attended Humes High School and began to perform a little more, though still privately. In 1953, he graduated and took a job as a truck driver for Crown Electric. That summer, he walked into Memphis Recording Service, the front office of Sun Records, to record a 2-song acetate for his mother. The songs were My Happiness and That's When Your Heartaches Begin. While he always claimed it was for his mother, and I'm sure it was, I have a feeling Elvis was aching to hear what he sounded like on record. That moment marked the beginning of something huge, but it was only possible because of those early years of love, sacrifice, and support from his parents, especially his mother. The years from 1946 to 1953 weren't glamorous, but they were powerful. They show us a young Elvis surrounded by a loving, if struggling, family, a mother who believed in him, a father who worked hard to provide, and a boy who was beginning to find his voice. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of TCB for EAP. I'm Jesse Mallory. If you enjoyed this look at Elvis's early family life, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with fellow fans. Until next time, keep taking care of business.